We're back.
We are back and better.
I didn't know we were actually starting. Wait, hold on. I thought it was gonna be like we were gonna sit for a little bit.
But what did it take a millennial?
Bro, the lights turned on and he got scared. He choked.
The lights were too bright.
I thought it was gonna be like start it. We're gonna be like take a breath.
I was edging his intro.
We could do a cold open if you wanted to.
What is a cold open?
It's just like where we fucking talk.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I'm down to open hot.
This is a hot open.
You're
Now that
right
you're here.
handle this.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to A Sporty Threesome.
Welcome back.
Here we have a threesome for you. Our man Sean is here.
I'm Sean.
And he's here to stay.
I'm here.
Please welcome our new permanent co-host, Sean.
But I've been here a few times.
Yeah. No, the people
Absolutely.
know you.
I have amazing takes.
They already have their opinions set on you.
Yeah. I
Based
Yeah.
on the past 2 episodes. Oh no, because
No, I
one
meant
didn't
2.
air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did have an episode, and I think we've addressed this, but we did have an episode with Sean on it.
In low key, I thought it was a banger.
It was
It was.
one of my favorite episodes that
It was
we've
a good
recorded.
It was a banger.
And
but
there's
last one was
no
a banger
audio.
with the Reeks too.
Yes, that one was
that was a good one.
generational performance from us for sure.
I just love Reeks. I
Um,
almost got this ring stuck on me. Okay. Anyways.
Speaking of rings, wait, do we have
It's like the
anything?
cookie cake at the party.
Yeah, I kept it.
I was wondering like where did they get this?
I was thinking of starting it being like, "Hey, fuck the Niners, baby." Oh
Bro got
man.
their
For real.
celebratory ring to celebrate the Niners losing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No, for real, fuck the Niners though.
No, literally. It's so funny how I was like pointing at it like Aaron Donald did after or that wasn't even after. No, that was after we won. When he was like, "Hey," like pointing to his finger.
No, it was
It was
like
after he made the sack.
y'all were about to
Yeah.
win.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was doing this over at Joby's apartment as if I had won. They're like, "Let's go."
Yeah. But for real, fuck the Niners.
Yeah.
Fuck the Niners.
I see personally, I had a lot of people like around me who were like, "Oh my god, like Mahomes is gonna win again. The Chiefs are gonna win again," and I don't get the narrative because I'm like, okay, I'm a Brady hater, right? I don't know.
Okay,
Hot
same.
take. But I'm like, I hate Brady and the Patriots because they cheated. They're a bunch of cheaters. Brady's a whiner. Gronk's an idiot. I'll die on these hills. And so it's like, but like, I don't have a problem with like people being good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like Mahomes and the
Yeah.
Chiefs are just good.
Yeah.
Brady was good. I'll say it, but cheated, and so I have a problem with him. You know
That's
what I'm
valid.
saying?
No, that's so valid. And it's I'm glad that you say that because some people hate Brady because he was good and that I'm those people, low-key.
Yeah, then that's fine.
But also the thing is with Mahomes, it's like those same people, it's like so-called free thinkers when like a sports player is good.
Yes,
We hate you
that's
now
what I'm
or
saying.
whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't so it's nice to hear that.
Yeah,
from
no,
you.
I hate Brady. Mahomes or Brady?
Mahomes.
Well, who's better?
Mahomes.
So we can agree on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, now
I'm not a fan of the whole like GOAT versus best debate. I think that's kind of dumb and like, yeah, like sure, like people will do the specifics like Mahomes is the best quarterback ever, but Brady was the best football player ever. And it's like,
See, to me, it's more like. See, I'm about to piss you off. To me, it's more like Brady. I mean, you could say he's the greatest. Well, he has 6 rings. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But like
7. Yes,
7 rings. Oh my god, that just hurt,
MJ
that
has 6.
hurt me.
Yeah.
That just hurt me. He has
Yeah.
7 rings. It's whatever. But who's the best at playing like if you're breaking down like what is the quarterback position and like what does it entail? Who is better at playing that position? I think it's Mahomes. I think it's like he's like doing stuff that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
100%.
Like when you're comparing them, you can go like, oh, but Brady was clutch, blah, blah, blah. This is like they're both clutch. They both make insane throws. They both do stuff that we've never seen. They both have accolades. Like they both like whenever it gets down to that, like you can't compare them on that stuff because they do the same thing, right? They're both going to come up clutch in a game. They're both going to make bombs. They're both going to pass it short to their tight ends. Like it is what it is.
Against all odds, they're both gonna win.
Yeah,
They're gonna go.
when it comes down to like the specifics of like what is the quarterback position, I think Mahomes edges out Brady. But That's just me.
He does once.
I'll edge you out.
Whoa.
People will say the start of the game was boring, but it absolutely was not.
You're just reading.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No original thoughts here.
Yeah, you go.
No. I mean, like that. This is just the. We don't have to say this verbatim,
Yeah.
but
Just rubric. But
basically, like, if we want to go chronologically with the way that the game folded out,
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people saying that this game was boring up until the fourth quarter, and to you I say you don't love ball, or when the lights are the brightest, because I mean, on like the first drive, right, there was a fumble, like shit was already popping
second
off.
drive as well. Because Pacheco fumbled right after, didn't he?
It wasn't right after that.
Oh, was it like I think it was like 2 drives later.
It was close.
I think the Niners scored a field goal, and then right after that, that's whenever Mahomes threw the bomb to McCole Hardman for like 52 yards, and then Pacheco fumbled it. I was so pissed when this happened because it was like 1st and 10, like really close to the goal line. Might as well have been 1st and goal. And the first play, in my head, after all these punts that have been going back and forth, I'm like, you throw it 3 times here.
Yeah.
But then they decide to run this like weird running play with Pacheco, and then he fumbles, and I'm like, oh my god.
Well, the goal always, with both of these teams going into it, the goal was establish the run.
Yeah.
If you can establish the run and get that, then you can let you can let your skill players cook. You can let Mahomes cook in the passing game, but you got to establish that run first. That way they have to respect it. So I think the Chiefs they had their game plan. They wanted to stick to it no matter what was happening, and I think Reed got a little focused on that. I mean, you saw what happened with Kelsey and him with
oh yeah,
Kelsey getting frustrated because
that happened right after that.
Fumble. Because Kelsey wasn't getting any targets. He had no target. He had 1 target for 1 yard in the first half. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, no, and it was a lot. I think the first half was a lot of just feeling out the opponent.
For sure.
It was what can we get away with? How are you going to defend this? What's your reaction to this? Just trying to figure out each other, because you got great coaches on both sides of the ball that were just
yeah. A coach and a half, a great coach and a half.
Yeah, you got great minds at least on both sides of the ball that are trying to figure out what's going to work, and trying to go through their Rolodex of plays and what's the word? I don't even know what I'm looking for.
I don't either. But as soon as I saw Kelsey like just losing his shit, I thought game was over.
Low-key, me too.
It's
I was like, oh, no way, like the Chiefs who like thought they were like the shit are now melting down.
Now they're falling apart. I was like, I remember watching that and being like, you can't be the top player, one of the top players on your team, and just throw a fit at the coach in the middle of the Super Bowl. That can't fucking happen.
Yeah.
Like, it just can't happen. And it did, and it was fine. So what do I know? But
I think it was kind of skimmed by pretty fast, because like
I don't think
it was an aggressive.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, they've been doing this for so long.
Yeah, and
they love each other.
And like I understand, I can never like fully comprehend their relationship.
Yeah,
but, yeah. From an outside perspective, it's like that was a little much.
Yeah, it's like can't happen now.
It's like
after the game.
Yeah, it's like chill out.
You're in the Super Bowl,
or like at least go back to the locker room.
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? Because they proceeded to go and not fuck the Niners, but it was pleasing to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So one could say they fucked them.
Yeah, they did fuck them. The third and fourth.
Yeah, one of the first touchdown that the Niners scored in this game wasn't even thrown by Brock Purdy. It was crazy.
That wasn't crazy. I mean, that was literally like the biggest trick play just for it to be a Christian McCaffrey run and do well. like
Yeah.
You could have just handed the ball to McCaffrey, man. Come on.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. So
CMC just had another one. I mean, he had a CMC game. It is what it is. That motherfucker's ridiculous. But nothing really picked up till the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter was absolutely fucking insane.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was
Great
ridiculous.
Before that, I want to bring up a couple things. After the Chiefs score a field goal just before the first half is over, I think the Niners got the ball back with like, not like a small amount of time on the clock, and they had 2 timeouts, and then they just kneeled it out.
I do.
That was
yeah.
coward behavior from Kyle Shanahan right there.
Coward behavior.
And then the game went to overtime, so what else can you say about that? And then right after the second half started, Mahomes threw an interception instead of doubling up. So this game,
that was insane.
That pick
was
is
insane.
when I was like, okay, no, this might be done.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, I was getting flashbacks to the Chiefs Bucks game, and I was like, this is not gonna be a Chiefs masterclass, and it's gonna be a bad Super Bowl.
I think this was the third Super Bowl where Mahomes been down 10. Am I wrong?
Probably.
Well, he has
down 10 at some point in the game.
Yeah. The first one against the Niners,
and then
this one against the Niners.
I forget who the second one was against.
Probably the Bucks.
Yeah. But either way, it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't get it. You can never count him out. Like,
was he down against the Eagles?
It was the Eagles. It was the Eagles. He was down 10 to the
I was about to
Eagles.
say, I think he was down.
It was Niners twice and the Eagles.
I remember.
Well, he was down like 20 plus against the Bucks because he lost.
Yeah. No. The 3 that he was down 10, he won.
Right. Yeah. Which is fucking insane.
That's what I'm saying.
They flashed a stat at halftime or something like that, or like maybe before the game.
Oh yeah, that he was.
Or no, yeah, it was at half.
Yeah, it was at half. He was like 9-1 in the postseason when losing by 10 points.
I think it was
like when trailing by 10 points at any point in the game. He was 9-1.
It's insane.
I think it was 8-2, but now he's 9-2.
Yeah,
and that's that's like just like your average Hall of Famers like just win-loss record in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's like fucking Joe Montana's postseason record right there. And that's Mahomes when he's down by 7.
He's down by
what? That's like
it's not what you see when you're looking at that stat.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's insane.
No, he's insane.
Talk about like players who can just like whenever people talk about like great players in sports leagues, like they just like bend the game to their will, and it is just crazy the way that the whole time I was like felt like I was watching a collapse, but at the same time I was like waiting. I was just waiting for like something, for like the moment when Mahomes would go out and do his thing. And that's what happened in the fourth quarter. The Chiefs did not punt a single time in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They got points every single time.
That was insane.
And so first it was after the hold on, how does this go down? After Mahomes throws the interception, there were 3 punts, and then the Chiefs get a field goal in the third quarter. The Niners punt after that and give the ball back to the Chiefs, who do nothing with it. Oh yeah, but then after the okay, Chiefs punt. No, sorry. Chiefs field goal, Niners punt. Chiefs punt, but then the Chiefs punt hits a Niner player.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
And then the Chiefs recover it.
Yeah.
So they essentially punt it to themselves.
Yeah.
Right on the goal line, Mahomes throws a touchdown to MVS.
Yeah, that was when the game turned.
I hate the Mahomes' lucky narrative, but God, did he have some lucky breaks?
But you have
that
to.
was I think so too.
Yeah, some luck has to be involved with the skill.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna be this good all of the time.
But yeah, no, he definitely got some lucky breaks there.
That
for
bounce
sure.
was insane.
The punt, the fumble by Christian McCaffrey, and the missed field goal or extra point. I mean,
Oh
Yeah,
I completely forgot about that too.
there definitely was some luck in it. Even going back to the Ravens game with the Zay fumble
Oh.
on the goal line.
Yep. Oh, that was
Fuck Zay Flowers
insane.
now.
Yeah, I saw that. Is that like true?
Oh, I don't know, but I just apparently Zay Flowers is a domestic abuser, so that's why the Ravens' #1 need in the draft is a wide receiver.
Really? They say like have they dropped him yet?
Oh, I don't know if they've dropped him, but I mean, like,
these are the motherfuckers that started Ray Rice for a little bit, so probably
That's
not.
true.
true,
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
But god damn it, can we not have anything?
I
bro?
know, it's so crazy. My offensive rookie of the year before the season started.
Mm-hmm.
Shame. Anyways,
The-
one season.
well, yeah, Mahomes is, well, not like lucky, but I mean, like, it's just that he like is able to take advantage of those, because breaks happen in both directions.
If it was the
right?
Cowboys and that happened, it would have just turned into a missed field goal or something stupid. Like it would have just been dumb. Or like we would have fumbled the ball. Like,
And if
it
it was
wasted
the,
opportunity.
if it was the Niners, he would be up by like 2 possessions and still lose the game, even when Mahomes throws an interception to start the second half.
Yeah.
Like, so like we can talk about, oh, Mahomes is lucky or whatever. Like, why don't we love ball? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't love ball.
the thing that like, and maybe this is just me being like chronically on Twitter, but like I hate whenever sports fans, like, you'd think that sports fans hate the sport that they watch whenever
All the
you hear
time.
them talk about this stuff, and it's like, listen, like I do, like, I mean, 6 straight AFC championships is like
insane.
Yeah.
like I understand. Like I'm so glad I'm a fan of a team, the NFC,
Yeah.
because
No, it's much better to be in the NFC right about now.
Yeah.
Because like
No.
just give up if you're any other.
or like since like this millennium, really, if we're thinking about
Yeah.
the Patriots as well.
Yeah, as soon as Patriots was done, then it was just right up the Chiefs.
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah, no, it sucks to be in the AFC for sure.
Well, where the game was really lost was the motherfucking 49ers did not know the rules, which is insane.
I forgot about it. It's been so long since we recorded. I don't think we discussed the overtime rules, and I'm interested to see y'all's opinion on that as well.
It's just because my opinion is you're fucking stupid. Like that's. Like,
But like not even like the fact that he wasn't
Oh,
idiot and like
about
and
the
chose I don't know, like, and didn't tell them. Yeah, what do you think is the better choice? To punt or not to go get the ball first or to get the ball second?
no, you give them the ball.
You give them the ball.
100%, because then you know what you have to go do.
That's what
Like-
that's the opinion I've been under. And like Kyle Shanahan said that his game plan was we get the ball first, that way we can score, then they can score, and then we get the like deciding game, the deciding
That's
possession.
so dumb.
But Andy Reid had already said before, after the game, he said the plan was we were gonna go for 2 points if we got the ball that day.
Yeah,
So
they were gonna go for the win no matter
so,
what.
like, you're not gonna get the deciding possession if you get the ball first. And like, if you're Kyle Shanahan, why do you not think that they're gonna not do that? Like, you're going up against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. You think they're not gonna go for that? You think they're just gonna give the ball back to you?
And be like, here, you decide.
Patrick Mahomes. No, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are like,
Oh my
besides
God.
Dan Campbell, I can't think of a duo less likely to do that.
Yeah, that made me so happy that was what happened. Like
Yeah.
hearing their players be like, "Yeah, we never discussed it, we never talked about it, we didn't even know the rules were
at
different."
least
Like
have,
that's amazing.
meetings about
That's
it.
amazing.
Crazy.
That nothing made me happier than hearing that. Like that was incredibly stupid coming from one of the best minds in football and one of the best teams in football. That was incredibly stupid. It completely lost in the whole Super Bowl.
When can we start talking about Kyle Shanahan genuinely being a fraud? Because he's 28-3 was Kyle Shanahan. Lest you forget, a loss to Mahomes earlier, like just 4 years ago, after being up by 10 plus, and now here we are.
And now he
And
blows in
also,
overtime.
let's talk about the NFC Championship that the Rams won. Let's talk about all the other failures of Kyle Shanahan. Like we can, great regular season, Kyle.
Do a whole episode.
Congratulations on getting like 13 wins every season or whatever the fuck, but like you will go down as one of the biggest losers in NFL history. So it's if the Ravens weren't able to make it into the Super Bowl and Lamar wasn't able to get his ring after going off into the sunset after winning MVP, with shout out, oh yeah, we should probably talk about those awards a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think we ever got into those, but
Oh, well, let's finish what we're on.
yeah,
and
for
we'll go
sure.
back.
But yeah, like, Kyle, hate that motherfucker, bro. And I'd probably like him if he were on any other team, and probably just actually feel bad for him, but I don't. So it's fun to be a hater sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to see what y'all's thoughts were.
Oh right,
on
the overtime.
Yeah.
It's
because I've seen some people who are like, "Nah, Shanahan was right," and I'm like, "No." I still think that was like that was very dumb of them to do.
From what I've seen, that's a general consensus.
But
yeah.
I've seen a lot of people saying the opposite. I'm like, I don't know.
I think I understand the thought process, and of course, like, I don't know what the data is going to be going forward on that kind of a thing. But like,
it's not. There's not. Well, the thing is, it's gonna take a while before we get a lot of data on that.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
How many overtime games go to, or how many playoff games go to overtime? So
just that one. Just that one
this
so
year,
far.
just that one.
I mean, in my opinion, if you just had the college rule of overtime, it would be much better. College overtime is
College overtime
way
is
better.
it's very
It's not
entertaining.
even-
However, I just think
most
it's-
college rules are better though. Like the whole, what is it? It's like
1 foot.
yeah, well, it's 1 foot, but then like one something is 2 feet. I don't know. Like it is what it is. But every college rule is better. What's the stupid NFL rule that was this year that we got? A freaking CD like fumbled forward into the end zone, then it went out, and so it was a safety or whatever. Like that's a dumb
It was just
rule.
the touchback.
Like all NFL rules.
Yeah,
are
if you
stupid.
fumble out of the end zone, then the other team gets the ball and it's touchback, so they get it at the 20.
That's incredible.
I think that should stay as a rule.
Shut up.
I was very against it at first, where I was like, that's so stupid. They made it all the way into the end zone, like they shouldn't. But then I was like, but what else could they? How else could they do it? Like,
I mean,
you gotta lose possession. You have to.
I think so too, because it's also like I understand your thought process. Like they've made it all that way, but like if you if you make a mistake, then like you should be like punished for that. And what happens when the ball goes out of the end zone?
Why can't it just be down at the 1?
Because then you like gain yards without.
Well, then I guess you could just like
re-getting
throw
the
it from
possession.
50 and be like, or I guess not throw it, but underhand lob.
Yeah.
Like roll it.
Yeah.
It went out of bounds.
Or even like, and even if you get possession back where, even at the line of scrimmage from when the play started, I feel like that's like, I don't know. I feel like that's too forgiving as like, because like, damn, like you fumble and then you like get to replay or not replay, but you just, all you do is lose it down. That's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but I understand the frustration.
You fumble in the most important 10 yards of the entire, like, you got it.
You made it all that way.
And I feel your pain because that very same thing happened to the Ravens in the conference championship. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. Other, great performers in this game aside from Patrick Mahomes. This was also a Andy Reid masterclass. This was a Steve Spagnuolo masterclass. We got to talk about that because basically the first 3 quarters was all him, because we can talk about all the the breaks that went Mahomes' way or whatever, but the reason why the Chiefs were able to capitalize on the lucky breaks was because that Chiefs defense kept them in the game. It was insane the way that like Chris Jones was able to affect plays. Like L'Jarius Sneed and Trent McDuffie were just like glue onto those San Francisco wide receivers.
They both made a lot of plays. I feel like McDuffie got targeted more than Sneed, which I mean is probably a brag for Sneed.
For sure.
But McDuffie definitely wasn't getting burned or anything. He didn't have a bad game at all.
Yeah.
He had a pretty solid game. And Chris Jones, he was always just wrecking house and getting pressures. I don't think he had a sack, but he was always he was living in the backfield or in the pocket. So yeah, Spagnuolo he got them together and he coached a hell of a game for sure. And he's staying on the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are going to stay a dynasty.
The craziest thing about this game to me is as soon as the game ended, all of the Chiefs were like, "We're going for 3," and I was like, "The game just ended." Whoa.
You haven't celebrated 2 yet.
I was like, that that gave me I was like, no.
He said we're 3-peating right now.
There is not another team in the NFL that could lose arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL, and then proceed to win two Super Bowls in a row.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
It's almost blasphemous.
Yeah. Imagine the Vikings losing Jeff.
Oh my God. They would be they're already terrible. They would be complete dog shit
Imagine
for like 10 years.
Imagine if they lost Justin Jefferson, you mean last year when he was injured for most of the year?
And they were terrible.
And they were terrible.
They were so bad that unrelated. Never mind.
I mean, we can. Why not?
Talk your shit.
No, because I was gonna say they picked up what's his fucking name from the Cardinals. Whenever Kyler came back.
Josh Dobbs?
Yeah, they picked up. I mean, it was because Kirk got hurt, but they were just so in the dumps. It was like, might as well pick up Josh Dobbs. We got nothing else going for us.
The Josh Dobbs experience was fun.
Hey, he was cool.
It was fun. Yeah.
It was fun to watch.
He was low-key cooking on the Cardinals for a bit. And then he got traded.
Yeah.
The life of Josh Dobbs, man.
Didn't he start for like 3 different teams last year?
He had the Cardinals, the Vikings. Who's the third? Was he on the?
Wasn't he originally on the Browns?
He was because he didn't start a game for the Browns.
But he was on the Browns.
He started the season on the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's crazy. And then he'll probably be on a new team this year.
Joshua, you can come be on our podcast.
Yeah. Come on our podcast, Joshua Dobbs. Let's talk about it.
Kyle Shanahan is never gonna come on this podcast, right?
I'd invite Kyle Shanahan on the podcast.
You would?
Yeah.
You just talk shit about him for 10 minutes.
Just to throw subtle jabs at him.
Well, because, like, you're telling me you wouldn't want, like, a head coach
You just told him.
podcast?
You just told him you're gonna go down as one of the biggest losers.
He didn't even say one of the biggest. He said
the biggest loser. And you're like, I'd invite him. He'd say no. He'd be like,
Well, yeah. If I would imagine he would say no.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but if he said yes, I'd be like, have you listened to the podcast?
And he'd be like, no. You'd be like, good. No.
And it would also be like one of those weird things where, like, I can say this shit on a podcast, but if I were to, like, meet him in person,
would you talk shit to his face?
I don't think so. I feel like that'd just be like a pretty rude thing to do, right?
He's a small dude.
I mean,
You could take him in a fight.
We'll say we can take him.
Joby's huge.
never mind. It's on site, Kyle.
Yeah.
it's on site. But no, yeah. I think it'd be fun to talk to him. Be like, so 28-3, right? What?
What the fuck happened?
I was cooking up a 28-3 joke in my head, and I was like, I gotta get one in there.
So your whole offense revolves around running the ball. Why do you get away from that whenever you're up? That doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
Explain that one.
Have you told Brock Purdy that he's ass, or
Did he find that out for himself?
yeah? So like, are you lying to this man?
Whenever you had Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy G, Trey Lance as your quarterbacks, how does that make you feel? CJ Beathard, Nick Mullins, like you've never had anyone.
He's addicted to mid.
Dude,
It's
incredible.
It's like he wants a not great quarterback,
so he can take
so he
more
can
of the
take all the
glory.
credit,
Oh,
He can take-
interesting.
What a fucking piece of shit, Kyle.
No,
Psychoanalyzing him and calling him a piece of shit for that.
That's what it seems like, though.
Oh my
It seems like
God.
he's obsessed with mid quarterbacks so that he can get all the credit. Because, like, notice how, like, Andy Reid, also, great historic coach and, like, gonna go down, as, like, one of the best coaches. But, whenever people think of the Chiefs, they think of Mahomes first. So,
He's recognized that.
Shanahan doesn't want that.
He's like, everybody talks about Brady.
He doesn't want that Mahomes because he wants, everyone talks about Brady. They don't talk about Belichick as much. And he still gets some of the credit, but, like, not all of it.
Russell Wilson. Pete Carroll.
Dude, you know what's
I'm
crazy?
talking about Pete Carroll. Though. I love Pete. I love Pete.
People are hating on Russ.
No, I was gonna say. Speaking of Russ,
Back in the
though,
day,
I saw this tweet, and it was like the best catches, top 10 best catches from the season. 3 of them were like Russell Wilson to Cortland Sutton, and they were like genuinely.
Cortland Sutton was going crazy.
I forgot about him.
Yeah,
Dude, I was like, wait, why are we? And I'm me highlight watching and being like, wait, why isn't Russell Wilson being talked about as like a?
but also
like,
it's kind of a bad thing if you're able to be if you're able to get 3 highlight catches, because you have to like contour your body in such a way that you have to make like a crazy catch.
I guess that's a fair point. I didn't,
But
I turned my brain off and I was like, whoa, because I mean, because some of them looked like the infamous Tyler Lockett catch in the corner of the end zone against the Rams in like 20. I don't remember the exact year. I think it was like 2019, but like, Jesus, man. So like it reminded me of that, and so I was like, that's probably Russ too.
side note, Chris Olave had at least 3 catches that should have been in that top 10. Just gonna throw that out there.
No, I believe you.
Just gonna throw that out there.
He literally had like a one-handed catch, like in the regular season.
Do you remember that one catch towards the end of the year? I forget which game it was. It was one that we were watching together though. Was it the Rams game? It might have been the Rams game where it was like hit up and he like bobbled it forward and like caught it and like brought it in.
Ooh,
do you remember that one?
I don't remember that one specifically, but maybe that's what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of the one-handed catch.
The hot take that's not hot is that the Saints are wasting Chris Olave's career as long as they don't have a quarterback.
2 years into his career, they're wasting.
I mean, I don't see any.
Let's take a breath here.
Promising.
Let's take a breath.
Nothing gives me hope about it.
Hey, JJ McCarthy at 11 or 13. What's your guys' pick?
It's 14, but no. I do not want McCarthy.
Bro, people have been in my mocks. We're not going to go over any of my mock drafts this episode, I don't think, because we'll save that for another time. But in every mock that I've done, JJ McCarthy is not a first round quarterback.
I've seen some people saying he can go as high as like he could be in like the top 12.
That's insane to me. I've heard those rumors as well, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't see it happening. I don't know.
It's just for me like the lack of like throws that he has on tape.
He just doesn't throw the ball.
I think that's part of it because like it's that he's so hard to judge
because
of that lack of volume. So it's hard to tell what really he has. But that just kind of scares me.
No, for sure. I think that's valid.
And like there have been players like
you have 14?
CJ. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like there are players like CJ Stroud, who, you know, coming into last year, their biggest critique was, oh, you know, he's played in this perfect system. He hasn't had to do much. You know, he's had like the best wide receivers. Yeah. Granted, Michigan doesn't have the best wide receivers, but they still have some solid guys. Roman Wilson is going to be like a top 10 receiver in this class.
Oh, for sure.
And so that was the biggest knock on CJ Stroud is, well, we haven't seen what he can do. He's only operated in perfect
on
systems.
the Texans.
And then now he's on the Texans and he's killing.
That boy's a dog. He's insane. You know who had a really good year who we never talk about anymore? I think he got hurt. Keenan Allen.
Oh yeah,
nowhere.
He
had a.
It's Justin Herbert.
I am a huge. That's what happened. Keenan Allen didn't get hurt. Jay Herbert got hurt. I'm a huge Jay Herbert supporter. Yeah, Easton Stick. Oh my god.
Oh Jesus.
They picked up the hockey stick. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they did.
No, I am a huge Jay Herbert fan though. I would do a lot of things for that man. I love him.
No, yeah, that's valid. I mean,
I cannot wait to see what him and Harbaugh do together.
Dude, I hope
that's gonna be a big one.
Well, we can't get away from the draft now that we're talking about, since it's the off season now. But if the Chargers actually I have the Chargers getting a tackle in the first round, but that's just me.
They probably need one. So.
Do you guys? So I have, speaking of people who did last year and also the draft, rookies from last year who were drafted the year before. That's the way that I'm trying to.
Do we want to go over the awards first?
Oh yeah. Never mind. Fuck that segue.
The awards will also have a nice segue into it.
Oh, for sure.
So, starting off, MVP.
Lamar
Jackson.
This one was pretty easy. I don't even know how you could argue it. The one thing to me
is all I was arguing all year, man.
I'm still on the train of like I want it to not be a quarterback 1 year. So like in my opinion, as much like Lamar definitely deserved it. I think you could make an argument that CMC deserved it just as much.
I think that's
like he is so. I don't understand how. I just don't like it being a quarterback award. Like I don't understand how you could look at CMC's numbers and like all his stats and be like, this is not the most valuable player in the league. Like he's fucking insane. He had like a touchdown per game.
Yeah,
Like it's fucking ridiculous. Like
it's tough, especially because he's on like the best team like roster
yeah,
wise.
but I'm saying especially if you take CMC off that team and give them, let's say you give them bad running back, who's Brock Purdy gonna throw to?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like
I definitely think like Christian McCaffrey is the most valuable player for the Niners.
Oh, 100%. 100% that's true. But I don't know. 1 year I would like it to not be a quarterback. It won't happen.
For
It's just my
sure.
fantasy.
For sure.
At least not for a while,
no.
unless there's a similar season to this where, but Lamar gets hurt, and then someone like McCaffrey or like
Tyreek or
Bijan
something.
in a few years.
Tyreek would have to break like 2,000 to get it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it would have to be Tyreek breaks 2,000 at the same year that no quarterback does well.
Yeah,
and then,
that's just not gonna happen. Speaking of CMC, Offensive Player of the Year.
That was pretty much a lock for sure.
Yeah,
which is just MVP. If you're not a
Oh
quarterback.
fuck! I forgot how much I hated some of the awards, but we can continue.
No, yeah, he obviously deserved that. I think Tyreek could have had it if he didn't fall off at the end of the year, but I think he had to fall off the past couple games or the last few games of the season.
Yeah, I mean Tyreek was definitely up there, but yeah, I mean Christian McCaffrey.
He never stopped. The man's like a fucking train. They don't stop. Miles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Expected.
Cry, TJ Watt.
I would just.
I don't care. I don't care. Pull up all the goddamn stats that you want. Watch a single Browns game and tell me that Miles Garrett is not the most valuable player.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He's really close.
No, he got very surprised.
I'm just because like right after the awards, I feel like that was the most controversial thing that I saw all over my timeline.
I would almost give it to Miles Garrett every single year. Like, I would just be like, you can win it.
All I saw was just hella Steelers fans and like just people being like, and like apparently TJ Watt like complained about it or something afterwards, and like JJ Watt complained too.
I did see that JJ Watt complained about it.
It's like I don't care that you had more stats.
During the stretch of the last 4 games of the season, Miles Garrett had 35 pass rush wins. Only other edge that had more than 20 was TJ Watt at 26.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
He was just playing a different game.
And take pure stats out. Just watch a goddamn game, bro.
Yeah.
Miles Garrett influenced the game for the Browns in like more ways than can be counted.
He's one of those guys who can completely like put a team on his back, put a game on his back, and just change the game completely. And that's rare for a defensive player.
Also, if you want to look at stats, if you want to go into stats, look at Miles Garrett's fucking double team rate compared to TJ Watt's. It's like 20% higher.
He gets double teamed. I mean, you can't not double team him.
Yeah, you can't.
Like if you put one guy on him, he's just gonna fucking.
It's like not double teaming Aaron Donald in his prime. What are you gonna do? You're gonna get sacked. That's what you're gonna do.
You mean now?
But next year it's gonna be Micah. It's gonna be Micah Parsons. No, it's not. Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud. This is one where I feel like it could have gone a few different ways.
It should have been Puka Nacua.
It should have.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be too upset about this one, just because like.
I mean, he had the best rookie year of any.
He did.
I mean, that's the thing is that it sets a bad precedent.
Yeah.
If it's offensive rookie of the year, and then they just give it to the quarterback because he did good. And like CJ, don't get me wrong, love CJ Stroud, love him so much. He's like one of my favorites. He's like top 5 of my favorite quarterbacks in the league this year, and this next coming year. But yeah, like. It sets a bad precedent because Puka had the best wide receiver rookie wide receiver year.
He couldn't have done anything else.
Yeah, you couldn't do anything more. You broke every record. You were all outstanding from the start, and you did that as a 4th rounder.
Yeah.
5th rounder.
I think he was 5th or 6th, honestly. Oh no, he was a 5th rounder.
A day 3 guy.
Yeah.
Day 3 guy, and you're like. And I don't know, just to do all that and to still not win it.
My deal is that C.J. Stroud had a great year.
He did.
Puka had a record-breaking year. Those are 2 different things. I don't care what position you play.
To give a little bit more credence to surprising for me, not just immediately riding the Rams player, but the Texans went from having the 2nd overall pick, getting C.J. Stroud with that pick, and then going to the playoffs, winning 10 games, which I feel like is like, it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
It is genuinely like.
I do see that. And CJ Stroud did turn around the franchise more heavily than Puka
Yeah.
did.
No,
Immediately,
CJ
too.
Stroud had a bigger impact.
He did. And
But that's not the award.
and I can agree with
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
Like, we're talking offensive rookie of the year. No, and nowhere in there does it say most valuable anything or biggest impact of the year.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
yeah,
the
and
offensive
I
rookie
understand
of the year.
why they gave it to Stroud. I do, but I just think it just sets a bad precedent when someone is having a record-breaking year for not the most important, but probably the second most important position in football, or like top three behind maybe like edge. As
He
well.
did set one record, because I feel bad now because I said he didn't have a record-breaking year. But it was record for most pass attempts without an interception to start a career,
That was,
which is cool.
yep.
That
But
was
I feel
crazy.
like that's cool.
It was really cool.
But at the end of the day, it's like-
what was he going into, like week like 7 or 8?
It was kind of crazy.
191.
He was going crazy.
191 pass attempts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He also
was
led
it
the
week
league.
9?
It doesn't say. He led the league in touchdown to interception ratio.
Yeah, because he threw like 4 picks all year.
5
something
picks,
like
yeah.
that. 5, yeah.
But still, I mean, when you're Puka had the best. It's just not debatable. Like, he had the best. You can't say that. I don't know.
He's
I'm
the
just gonna
best
talk
rookie
in
wide
circles.
receiver of all
Yeah.
time,
I mean,
and that's
You
what
can't-
I've been
you
saying.
can't say that anyone else had a better wide receiver rookie year. ever.
Yeah, that's why it sucks because Puka would have won that award like
Any other year.
literally any other
if
year.
it wasn't for the best rookie quarterback of all time also being in there.
Yeah.
But not like stats wise, just like, coming in and making an immediate impact.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like the let me look at the offensive player of the year or offensive rookie of the year.
Every other year.
Winners.
NFL winners.
I
Because I want to know how far back it goes. I want to know how far back it goes. Okay, he should have won it this year. Last year he would have beat out Garrett Wilson. Last year he would have beat out Jamar Chase because he had a better rookie wide receiver year than Jamar Chase. Better than
was pretty good though.
it, but he did better. He had
did,
more
though.
yards and more receptions.
He did.
I don't know about touchdowns, but
And I will say, okay, as much as I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you, but we said that like he didn't have an immediate impact like CJ Stroud. But like that team
They were.
at the beginning of the year, you were like, they have no receivers.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of the year, I projected them to win like 5 games.
Yeah, and
like,
then
like 4 or
Puka
5
just
games.
showed up, and it's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
They were crazy. He was crazy. Continue.
And it wasn't all Puka, but still.
Yeah.
maybe this is revisionist history, but I think going back to like Cam Newton in 2011, I think Puka wins over everyone else. Because other people, Robert Griffin, OBJ, Todd Gurley, Dak Prescott, Alvin Kamara,
Dak Prescott, I forgot he won that.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, Justin
Undeserved.
Herbert.
Justin Herbert did have a really good rookie year.
He's
not beating
did.
Justin Herbert.
He did. No, I mean, I think he...
If he lost,
If he
Although-
lost to CJ Stroud, he's losing to Justin Herbert.
He's not beating Justin Herbert.
well,
Justin Jefferson lost to Justin Herbert.
yeah, but I guess... But
But he
Puka
had a
did
better
better than
year
Justin
than
Jefferson.
Justin
He did have a better rookie year than Justin
So I don't
Jefferson.
know.
But see, Justin Herbert did pass for the most
Yeah,
yards.
he had
in
the most passing yards.
rookie
for a
history.
rookie. Yeah.
But so maybe not Justin Herbert, but yeah. What else is here that we can talk about?
Defensive Rookie of the Year,
Will
Will Anderson.
Mm, well deserved.
Yep.
Yeah, I have no problems with that one.
Third time that offensive rookie and defensive rookie of the year were on the same team.
Yeah.
Pop
What
quiz,
was-
what are the other 2?
Well,
Wait,
the
what?
other one was the Jets from last year.
I wasn't listening.
There's been 3 times where at least 3 that I can think of right now. I'm pretty sure it's only 3 where the offensive rookie of the year and defensive rookie of the year were from the same team.
Oh,
And yet last year
Yeah, because it
With,
was the Jets. It was
with
Wilson.
and Sauce.
Yeah.
wait. Do you want to guess first? Because I have my guess just based off of looking
I
at
have
the offensive player of the
absolutely
year.
no fucking guess,
know
so-
what it is, so
I have no
Y'all
guess.
fun with
So
your
you go
guesses.
ahead.
Is it the 2017 New Orleans Saints?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
should've
Yes, it
fucking
is.
known that.
With Alvin Kamara and Marshawn Lattimore.
And
That
what have
makes
they
sense.
done?
Hey,
What do you mean? That's
Hey,
crazy.
what have the Cowboys done? They've done more than
Coach of the
Cowboys.
Year, Kevin Stefanski. Is that how you say Stefanski?
Yes,
Stefanski? Stefanski?
Stefanski.
I have so many problems with this.
I think
Really?
this was deserved.
I was gonna say, it's the Browns.
Bro
What do you
coached
mean?
the Browns, who went through 5 quarterbacks and a carousel.
Joe Flacco was on that team.
And a carousel of
It was a
offensive linemen. They had a fullback starting an offensive line for them by week 17.
Listen,
and they made the playoffs.
Who do you think?
Dan Campbell. Should have been Dan Campbell.
I love Dan Campbell. Don't get me wrong, but I think Dan Campbell played to his standards this year. Like Dan Campbell had a great team. We know Dan Campbell's a great coach.
You know this award isn't about who the best coach is because if it was, it would just be Andy Reid.
Yeah,
Shanahan.
It's like who did the most?
Yes, this
with
is
their
who did the most with the least.
Yeah, and it was
who rose the most out of their expectations.
Yeah, it would have just always been Bill Belichick, and then we would go on to Andy Reid,
and then it would have been boring.
Yeah, it'd have been like the MVP.
I'm not saying that. Yeah. Listen. For me, it's the way because also we've all seen the stats of Dan Campbell's career in Detroit, where he started off like 3-13, and then he goes like 9-8 or something like that, and now he's a 12-win coach, and like he beat the Super Bowl winners week 1, and like in a crazy display of like coaching and like grit, like that's like their whole thing, and I admire that more than like a Browns team that has a really good defense.
Dude is glazing
bro
Dan Campbell so hard.
Also what I was gonna say is System Coach of the Year award, because the Browns also had the Defensive Player of the Year and the Comeback Player of the Year award on their team. So like you want me to believe that the
Comeback Player of the Year, bro, use the comeback.
I know, like that's a real award.
And I have problems with that too. I got problems with that.
Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Flacco.
Oh, thank God. Okay, we're getting right into it. This was definitely the least deserved award the entire night. Cause I've said this many times afterwards to Joby and to anyone else who would listen, but my girlfriend. So let's break this down in many different ways. First of all, it should have been Damar Hamlin because he died on the field, and then now he's not anymore.
Now he's not died.
Is it harder to die and come back to life, or to be quarterback for the
Browns? To sit on the couch?
Which is harder to do?
Personally,
arguably,
quarterback. Which is more impressive? Which is more impressive?
Quarterback for the Browns.
Life, or
he had
the Browns.
And who did he have? All he had was Amari Cooper. Like that's incredible.
I didn't even have Nick Chubb.
Yeah, dude.
He had one of the best offensive lines in the league.
They were down to their fullback by week 17.
And Amari Cooper was hurt.
The best offensive line in the league was on the bench.
Nick Chubb's knee was in Baltimore or wherever he got hurt.
I'm still defending the Coach of the Year thing. I don't care about the Comeback Player of the Year.
That's fine. I'll give you. Listen, I'll trade you Coach of the Year for
DeMar.
It's harder to die and come back
than it is to lead the Browns.
Quarterback the Browns.
That's the other thing that pisses me off is like, dying man aside, the
who was the other one?
Wait, what?
There was a third. Who's the third guy?
That was like nominated?
Yeah.
There were 5 guys who were nominated.
But there was 3 that were supposed to be close, and the other 2 were like whatever.
Listen, because these were the 5 nominees. It was Damar Hamlin, Joe Flacco, and 3 other quarterbacks: Tua, Matthew Stafford, and Baker Mayfield. The other 3 quarterbacks had a better story to me than any of these other fools, and I'll tell you why, and I'll go through it one by one, and I'll end with the quarterback that I think should have won it if it was gonna be a fucking quarterback. It should have been Matthew Stafford, which I'm now starting off with that because here we are.
I thought he was gonna say Tua.
Now let's start with Tua because
Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Tua was who I had, well, aside from Damar Hamlin, but like no, I literally did. It says Tua Tagovailoa right here. I had him winning it because I was like, if he stays healthy the whole year, he's probably going to have a great season with the Miami Dolphins because their team is really good, and Tua is a really good quarterback when he's healthy. But to me, and like, I guess people forget this, but at the end of the offseason, people were talking about like Tua like he was already in the retirement home. Like we were like, is this man even going to have an NFL career going forwards? Like those like head injuries were incredibly scary. And I thought that like genuinely I thought that he should not play anymore. Like for his own like well-being. If he wants to like live life outside of the game of football, you know, like as a human person, you know what I mean? And so like then he comes back in and has like leads the league in passing after he has 2 like debilitating concussions and has to sit out for the rest of the year. His career is up in the air. That's like an incredible story to me, Tua Tagovailoa. Second, please.
Can I say one quick thing? You like people were saying that like Tua was like gonna go to the retirement home. Flacco was in the retirement.
That's what I'm saying.
Flacco was in the retirement.
He didn't. He didn't think it or dream it. He did it. He did that shit.
He was already in the retirement.
I also like
and Tua played the entire year.
I like how you said it like a breaking news. Like head injuries are scary.
Well, some people, I feel like the NFL won't allow like the concussion injury in Madden games because they still want to keep that shit under wraps. So like, I think saying head injuries are scary and they affect the game that we love, and we should probably talk about it a little bit more. And maybe that's why he didn't win, because that's a part of his comeback player of the year story.
Nobody wanted to talk about that.
Anyways, Baker Mayfield.
Just put on your face.
That was a tinfoil hat.
I was thinking it was tinfoil hat.
I thought it was a thinking cap.
My first thought was tinfoil hat. I was like, wording off.
Now that my passion and fervor has died down for this a little bit, I'm just gonna brush past these next 2. But Baker Mayfield was on the Rams last year to end the season. Then he was last year he was on the Panthers. Then he was on the Rams, and then he was on the Bucks. And that's like a crazy like he had a career renaissance on his team.
I was a Baker fan all year from game 1. I'll die on it. I'm proud to say that. I love him. I don't know why nobody else gave him a chance. I think he had a great year.
I think he did too.
Year? No. But he had a great year.
I mean, he was nominated, and I feel like it was a fair nomination.
Fair nomination.
For sure.
But
that's why the only reason I'm even bringing this up, because I thought it was like lockdown Damar Hamlin.
Yeah.
And so now if we're suddenly throwing in quarterbacks into this mix, I feel like Baker Mayfield had a better year. He played the entire year. Oh my God, the thing that also grinds my gears about this, I can't believe I'm giving so much time to this Comeback Player of the Year award, but it just pisses me off on so many levels. And I don't know why. And I'm telling you why, but basically like Joe Flacco played like 3 or 4 games at the end of the season, and he sat out the very last game of the season. So like his Comeback Player of the Year resume consists of like 4 games. And like when Tua stayed healthy the entire season, led the league in passing, Baker Mayfield was like had a career renaissance after being like passed around from team to team. And Matthew Stafford was literally one of the best quarterbacks in the league, especially coming back. He had 2 comebacks because, as Joby said earlier, people thought that Stafford was cooked. People thought the Rams were cooked, and then Matthew Stafford has like one of his best seasons of his career. And then in the last half of the stretch of the NFL season, they go like 6-1 to end the season and get like 10 wins, going back from I was like plotting on Caleb Williams low key, like with the way that the Rams season was going, and then we made the playoffs. And a large part of that was Matthew Stafford's like career last half of the season. And so to me, those 3 stories are like better than some dude who played like 4 games. And granted, when I went back to the stats after he won, his stats were nice. They were very good. Like I was like, damn, like I didn't think I knew he did good, but I didn't know he did that good. Also, Matthew Stafford beat that Browns team with Joe Flacco on it. So like 1-1 record, what are we talking about? Well, and then to sandwich it all up, Damar Hamlin literally just should have won. Like what Like what? I just don't understand this
Bro
obsession.
just used head-to-head record for a comeback.
I was about to say, I don't think it's about stats.
I'm literally just throwing anything out there, bro. Because it just pisses me off so
I
bad.
think it's like what Joby was saying, like those other guys were at least playing last year in some capacity, and Joe Flacco has literally. I remember watching Joe Flacco when I was. I remember watching him in 3rd grade, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a long. I remember whenever he was getting called to the Browns, and I was like they were like, breaking Joe Flacco's on a plane to Cleveland, like right now. We were like, what the fuck? Like when was his last? So he was like, oh, he actually played.
He played a couple games each season.
Never mind. I'm
Not
speaking.
many,
I'm completely lying.
Yeah, he was literally on the Jets last year.
Fuck you. We're working over here.
What do you mean?
We're discovering that. No, but I haven't been interested in a Joe Flacco game in a very long time. I'm proud of him.
I don't give a shit.
If nobody else is, I'm proud of you, Joe. I want you to know that. I think you're valid.
The only thing that reinforced for me is that Deshaun Watson is a terrible person, and
Oh, yeah.
that if Joe Flacco can come up off the bench, healthy by the way, he was perfectly healthy. Not many players in December or November or whenever the fuck that he came in were healthy. So like,
Including half
health.
the players on the Browns.
Yeah.
System health. In this comeback player of the year argument, I have heard system health and head-to-head record.
Yeah, whatever. You're completely
This is so serious.
No, come on, bro. That's crazy.
No, we're moving to oh, were we talking basketball?
Oh.
No, because I believe we were talking rookies. We were talking rookies, and Drew, I believe, has some rookie talk.
Oh, yes, I do. I do. Sorry, I was making sure we went through everything. We did go through everything. Yeah, so speaking of the draft and rookies, and we heard that from earlier, but this year particularly, we had such a fantastic crop of rookies, and we don't even know like the development of like other people who may not be highlighted. And like, you know, like a great example of this is like Devontae Adams, who like, you know, had a rough first couple of years in the NFL, and like you know, Packers fans were calling for his head for him to be cut, and then he became like the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
And so who knows like what other gems are in the rookie class who have already played. So and so there were just so many guys, and I filled up a lot of this just like off the top of my dome. Because there just genuinely was so many standout rookies from this class.
I'm just, yeah, you said that you built this this team, and I'm just interested to see if I disagree with anything.
Oh, I think you will.
Really?
There's a couple of picks on here that I feel like are a little bit spicy.
I feel like this has to be pretty straightforward. So we'll
A lot of it is. I was looking at because some, spoiler alert, some of the picks that I did not do off the top of my head were like offensive linemen and like the second safety spot. So I was like trying to see what other people had to
Those are the two
say.
position groups where I was like, I'm not gonna fight you on either of those. Unless you put Witherspoon as a safety, which you wouldn't.
Yeah.
He was drafted, or he played safety a lot, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't know
In
that.
college, he was kind of like a safety hybrid.
I see.
Or corner safety hybrid. I don't remember if he got drafted as a corner. I think he got drafted as a corner though, which makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You draft corners high.
But yeah, the so quarterback. We'll start off with offense because that's what we always do. Quarterback.
Bryce Young.
Yes. you know, he was in Carolina and he had a really tough situation, but he really, you know, he was the, I don't know, there was like some stat where like Bryce Young was like the best at like hitting wide receivers when they like separated or something like that. It was some like crazy cherry pick stat.
Yeah, when they have like at least 5 yards of separation or something like that.
So hopefully the Panthers get a good wide receiver in the first round. Oh wait.
Just a wide receiver, please.
Anyone.
Someone get that man home.
There's a couple of guys who will be around at 32 who I feel like the Panthers.
Oh, 100%.
Or 33, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think they could definitely get some guys.
Get him Lad McConkey, bro. That guy's a
I
separator.
was just about to say Lad McConkey.
He's a separator.
He is a separator.
Get that man Lad McConkey.
Get that Lad man McConkey.
Yes.
So yeah, CJ Stroud is your all rookie quarterback. Jahmyr Gibbs is your all rookie running back, and then your running back 2 is Devon Achane. That's right off the bat. We're spicy. We're spicy with that.
I see why. I don't hate it.
I don't like. Are you gonna let Arthur Smith like ruin your rookie team?
Here's the thing.
He's already ruined a career.
Arthur Smith ruined Bijan's rookie season.
So I'm saying he's already ruined a career. You're gonna let him ruin your rookie team as well? He deserves it. It's not his fault.
Establish this right now. Is this based on the past year and what happened, or is this based on how good of a player he is?
Because Bijan.
Oh yeah, like what happened?
Okay.
Okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
You have my full support.
See, there we go. Because like obviously Bijan is probably like going to be the best running back in this class. He's way too talented to not like achieve at least what Gibbs and Achane are able to achieve.
See, because at first you said
For
Gibbs,
sure.
and I was like, maybe it should have been Bijan. Then you were like running back 2. I was like, oh, okay, here comes Bijan, and then Bijan didn't come.
And you thought Achane, and I was like,
To me, at least from what I've seen in the NFL, and Bijan has had some crazy plays. He's an electric player, and it translated from college to the pros in a way that you absolutely would have expected. We just didn't get to see the volume that we would have liked.
Because Arthur Smith sucks.
Yeah.
Football terrorist. And he robbed because what I was gonna say is Jahmyr Gibbs is what Bijan should have been this year.
Well, Jahmyr
Yeah.
Gibbs was also getting robbed at the beginning of the year just because they didn't know how to use him.
I think they did. They were just kind of waiting for it
It
to
was
click.
weird.
Yeah,
it was
no.
pissing me off because he was on my team.
yeah, no, you almost sold.
Yeah, I almost just gave him away because I was
Yeah.
like, I don't use
No,
him.
they're
but-
definitely they were letting him marinate for a little bit, let him get him
Yeah,
getting him acclimated. I
that's
think
true.
kind of keeping him fresh as well.
That Arthur Smith was not doing that with Bijan. He just hated Bijan. Like he just hated that man.
Just didn't want to get next up.
All right, so I have 3 wide receiver positions. Puka Nacua, obviously.
Yeah.
I put Zay Flowers in there.
Yeah.
I also put Tank Dell in there.
Oh, I like that. Well, I don't even think that's arguable.
Yeah,
I think
mean,
one
Tank Dell
could
was
say
insane.
maybe Rasheed Rice.
Rasheed Rice is
But-
the main one that I was thinking of.
But I think Tank Dell had a better overall year than
Yeah.
Rasheed Rice. I don't know their I don't know their
disagree.
stats.
I would disagree.
I mean, I remember Rasheed. How I remember. I remember Tank Dell and CJ Stroud being like menaces all year and being like, "What the fuck is happening in Houston?" I remember Rasheed Rice being more of a second half of the year thing
Rasheed Rice
because that's when I picked him up for my fantasy team.
he definitely picked up. He definitely picked up towards the second half of the year.
To be
And
fair, Tank Dell was also injured for
Tank Dell did get
Oh,
the
yeah.
last part of the stretch. I don't
thought that was
want to
Nico
say
Collins.
half. Nico Collins was injured for a
They
bit
both
as
got
well.
injured?
Yeah, they both
Yeah.
got hurt.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Tank Dell was out for like he got hurt in like I want to say like week 12.
He had that
or
concussion?
No, I think he towards ACL.
Oh, that was
Was that
was
Nico Collins?
no, that was CJ Stroud who had the concussion.
No, man. Don't talk.
He did have a concussion.
Yeah, maybe I'm tripping. Either way, I think it's a good pick.
I mean like I
like-
love Rasheed Rice.
Yeah, I like the argument for Rice. But yeah, I mean Tank Dell was so electric when he was healthy, man. He was so fun to watch.
It was awesome.
And then you can't argue with Puka and Zay.
Yeah, for sure. Tight end 1, Sam Laporta.
Yo.
Tight end 2, Dalton Kincaid.
Yes, I agree with that.
Any other tight ends that I might have missed or anything?
But
I think those were-
Isn't Ferguson a rookie?
No.
Jake.
No,
Oh,
no.
Oh, he was a rookie last
No,
year.
he was a rookie last year.
He's
I was thinking of Schoonmaker.
and he didn't. No, he does not deserve that.
Didn't
No.
he have like some like big? Didn't he have a touchdown in the game against the Packers?
Schoonmaker, yeah.
I think he did.
He,
yeah.
but he also missed that one, whatever team we were playing, one of the last weeks when he got his elbow. It was the Eagles, maybe. I don't. No, maybe it was the Eagles. I don't remember who it was, but he got his elbow down.
It was the Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't make it in the end zone. That was him. That's all I remember about him. He pissed me
That's
off
funny.
after that.
Oh,
no,
a Tank Dell. Sorry to take away from
Yeah.
this, but speaking of like core memory plays from like other rookies, the Tank Dell core memory I have is a play that never even happened because I think it got called back because of a penalty. But it was it literally would have been the longest like air yard completion since they like started tracking that stat. I think it was against the Jaguars, but I don't remember. But it was just like this crazy bomb to Tank Dell, and he comes down with it. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Truly an insane talent.
It's insane. Sam Laporta is the best rookie tight end in the league. That's not even disputable.
Oh, absolutely.
And Dalton Kincaid really stepped up for the Bills.
Absolutely, yeah. So for offensive line, center, Juice Scruggs for the Texans. Steve Avila. Oh wait, well center. Only one center.
Guards. Yeah.
For guards, Steve Avila of the Rams, and Peter Skoronski of the
Makes
Titans.
sense.
Both of them were very good, and especially in the run game for both of them, I believe. The tackles, I had to like get a feel for what other people had to say. But everyone had great things to say about DeWand Jones, who was
he stepped up. He was good.
Who's the rookie for the Browns, and Broderick Jones. I don't remember what team he's a part of though.
Broderick Jones.
To be honest, that's the one I've never heard of.
The one I was thinking the only snub I can think of is Osiris Torrance.
See,
From the
That's who I was
He
thinking of. I
is-
knew. I was thinking, what's that name?
oh, I don't listen. I am writing this down right now for full.
Broderick Jones was on the Steelers, by the way.
Oh yes, he was.
Heard of him.
He's a rookie, so
That's why.
that makes sense.
I don't know why. I also have an honorable mention list, by the way. And Osiris Torrance I just put on there because I took Broderick, or no, I took him off of the guard selection and I put where is it? Oh, Peter Skoronski up there.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right.
But Osiris Torrance did have a fantastic year.
Skoronski had a good year. Yeah. No debates on the offensive line though.
Oh yeah. So the way that I broke up the defense is 2 edge positions, 2 defensive line positions, a linebacker, 2 cornerbacks, and 2 safeties. So for the edges, we had Will Anderson Jr. and Byron Young of the Rams.
I thought he was a tackle.
Byron Young?
Yeah.
No.
Nah, Byron. Oh, you're thinking of the other Byron Young.
No. I was just thinking of like good Rams players. I was thinking of Kobe Turner.
Gotcha.
I'm guessing, spoiler alert, he's gonna be one of the defensive linemen.
Kobe Turner is a defensive lineman in my all-rookie team, and so is Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter is insane.
Yo, I'm just thinking about that front 4. I've been thinking about it like ever since I made this list. That's an insane list right there. That's an insane front 4. Having Will Anderson and Byron Young, like Will Anderson being your like power guy and Byron Young being your speed guy, and then having like Jalen Carter, like this gigantic like run stopping mass who can also rush the passer, and Kobe Turner being like a smaller, like more finesse guy. Like that's like you're not safe from anything. You have to be good at everything as an offensive line with that front 4 looking at you.
Just a bunch of fun boys.
Ivan Pace Jr. is also a fun boy.
He is. Is he your linebacker?
He's my linebacker.
Oh, Tui Pelotu kind of snubbed, bro.
He's-
Tui Pelotu got snubbed, man.
He's in an honorable mention list, and he would have been under edge anyways. So
Yeah.
I guess he is technically a linebacker.
In that case, kick Byron Young out of here.
Nah. Byron
Yeah.
Young's like statistics, like his advanced stats and stuff like that was very good. But I'm making this list, and so
But what
I'm putting
about
my Rams
ball?
player in there.
Who doesn't know ball?
Um,
You know what I know about Tui Pelotu? That boy nice.
That boy nice.
That boy
He is nice,
That
bro.
boy's
He is
nice.
nice. He's like one of the best defensive players on that team, and they literally had Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. So crazy the way that works.
Sorry, no, continue.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was thinking, what works? His list?
No. So cornerbacks.
So you have 2?
Yes.
Okay, there's 3 that are there's definitely a top 3. So I'm interested to see which one you left off. 'Cause I feel like I know which one you leave off, and it's probably the one you shouldn't leave off.
Oh, really? I have Devon Witherspoon and Joey Porter Jr. up there.
Okay. I didn't know if you were gonna put Joey Porter.
Oh no, he was a dog. He was a dog all year.
Because Brian Branch, shout out Brian Branch, man.
Oh yeah, he's a safety. I know he's technically like a nickelback or whatever, but
he's like a weird hybrid, you know.
he was drafted as a safety, I think.
Was he drafted as,
I'm pretty sure
he was a cornerback.
I'm pretty sure he was drafted as a safety, and that's just been my impression of him all year.
I think he's played that nickel safety role. Mostly, or nickel corner role.
And so I put him at safety just so that he could have a spot up there, because genuinely he was. Or are you saying, if we're talking about cornerbacks, you think Brian Branch should have been left off in favor of Joey Porter Jr.?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. And it is kind of a hot take, but I think Joey Porter Jr. I mean, he was locked down.
He was
locked down. If it wasn't for Witherspoon, then Joey Porter would have been the best corner in the class this year. I mean, they left him on an island a lot, and he held up.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, no, Joey Porter Jr. was going hard. As much as I love Brian Branch, love him. Like, from the moment he got that pick in the Chiefs game, I was like, this
bro,
kid's electric.
Yeah, and the other reason why this rookie class left such an impression on me, I think, is because of the very first game of the season. We got to see all those Lions rookies.
We got to see Gibbs, Branch, and Laporta.
And they all, we all saw stuff from them in that game. Yeah. We never really got to see too much from Jahmyr Gibbs, but we could see the way that he moved, and I was like, bro,
But his performance with his limited touches in that game one had that conversation from the beginning where it was, okay, so he's good, so give him more touches.
Yeah, absolutely.
You saw the potential.
And then Brian Branch was all over the field getting a fantastic tackler. He was in the right place at the right spot to get that interception, because I believe it was a tipped interception.
It was a tipped interception. It was a Kadarius Toney drop.
Yes, yeah. Makes sense. And then, what else can be said about Sam Laporta? And so for the other safety position, it was Jordan Battle of the Cincinnati Bengals. I've heard his name thrown around as being a good guy. And
safety position was kind of weak this year.
For sure, yeah. And a lot of other people said that he was very good as well this year, so I was like, well, let's give it to him. None of these guys, I made sure that I knew, I've at least heard their name before I put them on this list. Mm-hmm. That's kind of also why Broderick Jones edged out O'Cyrus Torrence, because O'Cyrus Torrence was a guy that I heard midway through the season as being a fantastic guy, but I think Broderick Jones was a first round pick.
Mm-hmm. He was definitely a high pick,
and he lived up to it. So sorry, system guard or whatever, but
system list.
Yeah. So my honorable mentions list. Anthony Richardson, have to shout him out. He had a fantastic year before he got injured. Speaking of fantastic years before he got injured, Christian Gonzalez.
Oh my God, I forgot about him.
I felt like we were robbed, honestly.
Oh my God, yeah, no. I forgot about him.
And so I had to put him on there.
Yeah.
Bijan obviously needs to be an honorable mention if he's not going to be on the list. Marvin Mims Jr., he was a wide receiver for the Broncos. Yeah. He had a fantastic preseason, which is why I mostly know his name, but he was also a kick and punt returner for them, and he did very good in that role.
Oh, sorry, continue.
No, you're good. Tui Pelotu, also an honorable mention. Can't say otherwise. Jordan Addison, also have to shout him out. Could be a snub in some people's eyes. From people could probably be like, you mean Tank Dell isn't on this list? Yeah, Tank Dell is not on this, or is on this list. And then O'Cyrus Torrence.
Yeah, Jordan Addison is another wide receiver that I was thinking about, but yeah, no, I see the argument for Tank over him. It's just electric to watch. It's just fun.
Absolutely.
If we want to do a little special teams, I think Brandon Aubrey deserves that. That's even though he's technically not a rookie,
he's so good.
It's his first year in the league. We'll throw him in there.
Good. Sure.
We'll throw him in there for sure.
Good. Brandon Aubrey, after you go off Brett Maher, Justin Aubrey.
Who we had for a bit,
Man.
and then cut him after like 2 or 3 games.
It was, so we stopped calling him Money Maher and started calling him Maybe Maher. He didn't know it was gonna.
That's so much worse than like straight up being like giving him like a bad nickname.
Yeah.
Just like maybe. Like you just hate to see that.
You don't know if it's
like
gonna go.
mid-her would be
Because
like,
sometimes it's 55 yards and he's making it, but if it's 20, you don't know. It might go wide right. I was gonna go into some news
Oh sure.
for football. Well, for football, because there's 2 things that happened today that caught my eye. First, we'll go into this one because that one's a little bit more controversial. But did you see Justin Fields today?
I mean, I know that he like unfollowed the Bears.
Yeah, it was like a big thing.
I don't care about that.
I don't know, but okay, but let's say the
People unfollow
Bears.
each other all the time. It does not mean shit.
But let's say the Bears lost Justin Fields.
You're picking Caleb Williams.
I was gonna say, are they getting Caleb Williams?
That was the plan either way. I think.
Yeah,
So
I
then-
think that's gonna happen.
So
no
then,
matter
what do they do now with Justin Fields now that he's doing this?
You trade it.
If it, well, I'm saying, but if he's unfollowing you, if he's causing all this drama,
You still just trade him.
you don't just drop him. You aren't like figure it out yourself.
No, you trade him. You
Yeah.
Because you want to.
What are you gonna get for him?
for
He's a
probably like a
24-year-old
second round
quarterback
pick?
who like has proven that he's athletic.
I don't want him.
24, athletic, and like starting caliber.
Who's gonna pick him? Who could you see him going to?
The Falcons.
The Falcons.
The
are
Browns.
The main one. The Browns. I mean,
They've
they're
got
kinda,
so many issues.
I was about to
over
say
there.
they're kind of spending like 80 million in quarterbacks already.
Yeah.
So they're probably not going to do that. One thing that I saw today that was kind of swirling around was the Raiders.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think y'all are right about the Falcons.
I think the
I
Falcons,
was thinking the Falcons, or
is
the.
like the dream.
It makes the most sense.
the dream
I think.
landing spot for him.
And honestly, well, so not to bring this back to the draft, but in all the mock drafts I've done, Jaden Daniels has fallen to the Falcons.
But hold on, so you have
Well, that's the mock drafts that you're doing.
Caleb. You have
But-
Caleb Williams 1.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I don't know. He kind of shitty into the season. He was
But-
kind of shit for like the second half of the whole season. Like he was kind of ass,
I don't
It's not
know,
gonna
bro.
matter.
and he was just like throwing temper tantrums.
It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, I mean you're right.
I
But,
mean,
like,
in that USC offense, like I can't like wasn't like
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley the coach, or is that something else?
I don't remember.
I don't know, but basically the way that I understand it, and spoiler or like disclaimer, I don't know college ball like that, but at least from what I've heard is that the USC offense was kind of like dog shit.
Yeah.
They were not.
Caleb Williams is a dog.
Oh, absolutely.
He did have a shitty like second half.
But who else are you gonna unless you're
Yeah.
the kind of person who's like, I want to trade out of that first position and like
That's
build
what
around Justin
That's what I was
Fields?
saying. That's what I was saying. But is that worth it for Justin Fields?
See,
I don't think so.
I'll always believe in Justin Fields is my thing, but the thing that I've
I like.
Hot
I like,
take?
I like
Yeah,
Fields
those
as
are
well.
hot takes.
I want to believe in him. I don't know.
I
If
don't.
He's like.
I don't believe him at all.
I don't know if he's gonna live up to the hype ever, but I
No.
want to believe in him, and I think he can be good.
Me
He's not
too.
great.
I think it could be
Me too.
decent. I just don't think he's that
put him on the
guy.
Falcons, and then I'll accept he's bad.
Yeah.
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 But the thing that I was gonna say is the thing that eventually did like get me on the like, okay, Caleb Williams is gonna be one like number 1 overall pick is it's purely just like a financial thing, I think.
Yeah.
Just because like, you know, you get a quarterback on a who at the very least will be at least on the same level as Justin Fields, I
Yeah.
think, at least production wise.
Hopefully.
His floor for the first season is Justin Fields.
Yeah, for sure. And so then you get a brand new contract, and then
Yeah, you get a rookie contract, and if you don't pick Williams there, you have to pay Justin Fields right now. And do you want to pay Justin Fields? No one wants to pay Justin Fields right now.
yeah. So
Uh,
I think, or also I think the Steelers could take him. Justin
Really?
Fields. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen like rumors
I
about
don't
this,
know, right
but like
now, right now they have a pretty good QB battle going on.
Yeah, Kenny
and Mason
Pickett.
Rudolph.
yeah, I don't know. Kenny Pickett's a dog.
Throw Justin Fields into that mix, bro.
if the
But
Steelers
that's the biggest mid off of all time. is those three.
Hey, the Steelers cracked the code, man. You don't got to get one good QB. Just
You
get
see
three
mid ones, and
They
5
can
games
all
in, one of
play.
them gets hurt, and you just put in the other one.
the Browns did the same thing this season.
and look at where
And they
got
made the
them.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Way further than
so
the
did
Steelers.
the. Oh wait, no, they didn't. The Steelers almost made it into the playoffs
They
though.
almost
No, they almost did. It was like the last game of the season type thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. But they had to have like other teams lose or win and shit like that. Because I think they beat the Ravens.
It was
Yeah,
wasn't it
the
something with the
Steelers-
Chiefs?
The Steelers did beat the Ravens at one point.
No, I don't
No, the
think
Chiefs-
so.
No, they weren't involved in the Chiefs.
I think the Texans Colts game had to have ended in a tie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Colts.
Because
Mhm.
the,
That's
the,
what it
the
was.
Steelers lost in week 18, so it had to. Yeah, the Texans Colts had to end in a tie, but it did
Yeah.
not.
Anyways, the other thing that happened today, which is kind of insane. Is it Matt Areza?
Yeah,
Oh,
the punter.
Jesus.
Yeah, he got picked up by the Chiefs, which is kind of fucking crazy.
I also thought that was crazy. And one of the dudes who was reporting on it, like one of the Twitter guys, all he said was the hashtag Chiefs sign punter Matt Ariza. And I was like, yeah, that's the most like neutral ass headline I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't even know how you like. I just don't.
To
I
be
don't understand.
to be fair, I believe in like court or whatever. He's like not. He hasn't been like I think whatever happened has been dropped. But like
It wasn't dropped. It wasn't dropped. He was found innocent.
It wasn't drooped.
It
wasn't
wasn't.
drooped.
It wasn't dropped. It wasn't like the charges were dropped or something like that. He was found innocent.
I see.
Like it was like proven that he didn't do it.
He was gonna like they were
And so
encouraging him
I'm
to
a
like,
little,
sue
like-
for libel.
I'm able to get past judgment and stuff, and it was proven that he didn't do it.
Yeah.
What do you mean by proven? Because
Like-
we all understand our
She
justice
got
system.
exposed for like admitting that it was a lie.
Oh shit!
And and he was like, and he had like an actual alibi for like when she said that it happened.
Hmm.
And
Damn.
yeah.
Well,
So I think he's chill. So the Chiefs just got a great special teamer, basically.
And their punter is a free agent in like however many weeks. So
oh, I didn't know that. I was gonna be like, what about Tommy Townsend,
No,
bro?
he's
Bro,
gone.
give us Tommy Townsend, please. I cannot stand Lou Headley.
I've never seen somebody get
This-
one of punter
Oh
so
my
bad.
god, because you haven't watched Lou Headley punt, bro. He had like 4 different punting styles because he kept trying new things to try and be better, and they were all bad.
My God.
Yeah, when you, I feel like the Cowboys special teams has historically been like pretty good. I think you guys literally
Yes.
have. I think you guys literally have our former special teams coordinator, Bones.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, no clue. I just know our players.
His name is like something Fossil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
They
called him
call
Bones.
him Bones.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Exactly.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, no, we've had historically, besides maybe Maher, we've had historically good kickers, and he was good sometimes. Like he would make really long ones, and he was good. But
And so, whenever, because like I feel like people
I've never had to
overlook
worry
special
about a
te-
punter.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But then whenever you see it, you're like, oh shit! Like,
Yeah.
it's like detrimental to the game. Like, you
Especially
can
when
see
you're
it.
punting as much as the Saints are. Every fucking drive.
when you have Derek
I
Carr,
would-
you punt a lot.
Yeah, every time, every fucking drive, I would see this Australian fuck come out.
Oh, Jesus.
This 32-year-old Australian
All
fuck
right.
who
I'm gonna kick this boy.
who literally came
That's
from
all
a
right
fucking-
here.
He came from a fucking surf shop in Australia and was like, I'm gonna be a kicker. And he's so bad, man. It's crazy. He was literally last in net air yards per punt.
That's crazy.
And he punted a lot.
That's so.
Our
funny.
kicker hits the scoreboard.
That's funny. I do remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's cool.
I wish that mine was able to do that. Mine did the rugby punt where you like run off to the side and like
Oh,
kick it,
wow.
and he got laid out one time
Wow.
doing that. And guess what? If you do the rugby punt, roughing the kicker doesn't exist.
That's so
that's
funny.
good.
I
That's a
found
good
that out.
rule.
I found that out
Because of
I
that?
was like,
Yeah.
our guy just got tackled, and then the announcer was like, "Yeah, good call by the refs there. It's actually not roughing the kicker if he does the rugby style punts."
That's incredible.
It's the worst
rugby
thing.
player?
He used to be, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's the worst thing to hear as a sports fan, being like, "Yo, what the fuck is that bullshit?" And then the
And then, like,
announcers are like,
yeah.
"Good call from the ref,"
Yeah.
because we're actually
Here
gonna
is that bullshit right here.
we're gonna explain away the very small minutia of the in the very corner of the NFL rule book
Shit
that
makes me
actually
so mad.
allows this to happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck is happening?
One of the most amazing things was watching them try to explain like what the fuck just happened in the end of the Cowboys and Lions overtime. But they were like, well,
Oh yeah,
he
that was weird
might
as
have not
fuck.
checked in. And they show video of him literally checking in. They're like, yeah, I don't know. He's so fucking funny.
Dan Campbell tried to trick him. So he was being a little trickster. So I don't know about
At the end of the day, Dan Campbell kicked the field goal. But that's why you didn't win Coach of the Year, because you're stupid. But
That's crazy.
I
That's
digress.
crazy. When they were robbed against your team.
they did win the game. They did literally win the game. But at the end of the day,
No, because
kicked
they
the
lost
field-
the game because of that.
No, but I'm saying they won. Like,
Oh,
if we're
right,
going
right,
by
right,
like they won. But yeah, technically they lost.
It is
But they-
crazy the way that like everyone was like, huh, like the refs just like blew that game, huh?
Yeah.
And then we just moved on. Like,
I mean, that's football, man.
yeah,
I love
know.
it when it's for my team. But at the end of the day, kick the field goal. You fucking idiot. Basketball.
I don't know.
The
About
Lakers
that.
suck.
Wait,
But the Mavs winning.
they could be. Wait, can we talk about the draft just like a little bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Just like a little bit.
I figured we'd have like draft episodes.
Yeah. I just made this mock draft
I
today,
know PJ
but
watched it
it's
too.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. You
Let's go.
one of the things that you were saying.
I bet his
Oh, nice.
over under for rebounds and assists was 6.5. Oh,
Nice.
do we want to talk about my bet?
Oh, sure, yeah.
We'll do that later. Wait, did you want to talk about?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like I have a first round mock draft 1.0, I guess. We can talk about it more next week. And so one of the things that Joby brought up was to talk about our guys of the draft so far. And the Rams have a first round pick for the first time in like literally since like 2016 when we traded them all away to pick Jared Goff
I think this
first
is a good
overall.
time to just be like, throw out some names and be like, hey, we knew from the beginning.
Oh, Quinyon
like-
Mitchell, bro.
Like when they hit. I mean, like we can look back and be like, hey, we called that shit back in February. before the draft.
Quinyon Mitchell, bro. I'm gonna be pounding the table for this guy the entire draft process. I want him so bad, and it sucks the way that like. I mean, it doesn't because I will be happy for him wherever he goes, but like lockdown corner from a small school, who like people just didn't have on their radar has just been slowly rising up the draft boards to where now like I thought that it was gonna be like a comfortable like he was gonna be comfortably
He
in our
would easily
range.
fall for you. Yeah.
He will probably get taken by like he'll probably get taken by probably the Jags like literally right before us, which sucks. It sucks so bad. But I want him on our team, and before like watching the way that we lost against the Lions, I was like
Listen,
bless you. I was like edge is our number one priority, but man, like if we had Quinyon Mitchell and the rest of our other young corners, man, I think that group could be special, and maybe we could get a free agent pass rusher, and then we would have like this young like lockdown secondary. We'd have Aaron Donald. We'd have 1 year of development for Kobe Turner and Byron Young. And then hopefully that other edge rusher, that's like a good defense. That's a great defense. And so
If you got your corner, I want to throw out my corner as
Go
well,
for
'cause
it.
I have my guy. Because I watched an all 22. Or I watched someone react to an all 22 of him, and I was bored at work and I was like, I want to, I saw them post this and I was like, oh, I'll check this out and see. So I just got to watch like the all 22 film of him.
is it Nate Wiggins?
No, it's not.
Oh shit.
He's athletic. He's really versatile. He can play corner and safe, like that safety hybrid. He's fast. He's got it. And despite all this, he's gonna be the first white starting cornerback in the league. Give me Cooper DeJean, bro. That man, he's explosive. He can shadow people really well. He's very smart. He's very quick on his feet. I hate that I'm using this, but he's so sneaky fast. He's so sneaky fast. And like it's
kind of guy you want to date your daughter.
yeah,
Right.
no,
A little bit.
So I don't know like what like the actual like work ethic is. So I can't use that one, but
Right.
and but like watching the film of him, he showed some good shit. So I'm high on Cooper DeJean, and you know, I I don't know if I should say that. Never mind. I was gonna say some shit like we can cut this if we need.
Sure,
But
yeah.
cut. I was gonna say some shit like um like another win for the white boys or something.
Oh no! White boys are up.
White boys up.
No, yeah,
Some
cut
dumb
that,
shit like
cut that.
Edit.
I was gonna say, because I'm gonna go with crazy pig. Somebody y'all never heard of. I only know him because he played at my school. So that's the only reason I know him.
Okay.
But I swear to God, he's a dog. Brian Holloway. He's getting drafted this year. I swear to God, he's declared for the draft. He's gonna get. He's a fuck. He's insane. He's a linebacker.
Okay.
Motherfucker is ridiculous. All year he was insane. He's gonna fly under the radar. I guarantee he's gonna be like 4th or 5th round. He's gonna be fucking insane. I'm calling it right now. He's going to be insane in the league. I watched that motherfucker in person so much. Last game we had our bowl game. The motherfucker had 3 picks in the bowl.
Oh my
he had
God.
like 2 or 3. I think he had 2 pick sixes.
As a
and then
linebacker,
just
that's
a
crazy.
pick. I know, he was insane. Like I felt like I was watching like Micah Parsons if he was like a pick machine. Like it was fucking ridiculous.
funny.
Like he's insane. He's insane. Nobody knows who he is, but he's gonna be fucking. I swear to God, he's gonna be ridiculous one
Say
day.
his name again.
Brian Holloway.
Brian Holloway.
He's gonna be ridiculous in the league one
Remember that
day.
name.
I'm calling
You
it.
heard
now.
it here
Eat him
first,
up.
folks.
I'm calling it. So in a few years, we come back to this and be
Mhm.
like, everybody's talking about Brian Holloway. I was here.
You were here.
I haven't looked that much into the secondary players except for Quinyon Mitchell, but in my mock draft there's a couple of teams that do need secondary guys, Indianapolis and Jacksonville, that pick before the Rams, and Nate Wiggins is supposed to be like the best cornerback in the draft, at least from my understanding.
Nate Wiggins is pretty high on most people's draft boards. In that top 3 corner range.
Yeah. Terrion Arnold is also supposed to be a top corner, but I think he's been falling recently. And so right now I have the Colts picking Nate Wiggins and Jacksonville picking Terrion Arnold. In a couple of drafts, I've had them picking Cooper DeJean just so that Quinyon Mitchell could fall to us. And so there's a world where it happens, because
No, there's not.
in this,
I don't think Cooper did. I was gonna say Cooper DeJean could rise into the combine, but apparently I don't think he's gonna be in the. He's not gonna be in the combine because
interesting.
he's nursing an injury, he had like a late season like leg injury, so he's not gonna be at the combine. So we're not gonna see that like his like freakish athleticism.
right.
But yeah,
Well, he is the last out of the 4 secondary players that I've mentioned, and unfortunately he goes to the Eagles.
good.
Yeah, which I mean would be a great fit because they need a secondary just in general,
Yeah.
and Cooper DeJean can do all of it in the secondary.
Next up on our guys, me and Drew share this guy because he's just a dog, man.
He is a dog,
He's a
bro.
dog.
And he had a great Senior Bowl,
Yeah.
Shrine Bowl.
Yeah, both. I don't know.
I think he did. Yeah.
So yeah, Latu is that guy. If you didn't already know, or if you had forgotten, here's your reminder that that man's a dog, and whatever team ends up with him, he has the medical concerns, so that has him falling a little bit. And, there's edges like Dallas Turner who are probably gonna get picked ahead of him because of that, but Latu, whoever ends up with him, you're getting someone special.
Absolutely. That, yeah. I mean, if he did not have medical issues, he would absolutely be like the best edge in the class.
He would be the
like
first edge picked in the
undisputed.
draft, for sure.
Just like you don't see like guys who have like their go-to like pass rush moves, but then also have like the refined counters to those moves. And Latu has the moves and the counter moves and can win in every kind of way.
He's got all of them on lock. He's not just a one-trick pony where he's like really strong or really fast or like He's good with his hands. No, he's everything. He's everything you want in an edge rusher. He's got it all.
And so I have him going to the Saints at number 14.
And God, I would give up a kidney for that, bro. I want Latu so bad.
I think it'll happen, bro.
It should. It definitely could. And that's what scares me. Is that there's a strong possibility that it could. In past years, whenever we had like, you know, the Broncos pick last year, but that was like 30 because it was the one that they got from like the Niners or whatever. And you know, I was like whatever, you know, Brian Breesy, sure, cool. That he fell to us, cool, we'll take him. This year, like 14, we can get someone good.
Oh, absolutely.
We have the chance to get a stud, and if someone like Latu falls to us, I just hope we don't fumble, and I want him. I know our offensive line needs help, and that's probably what's gonna happen. J.C. Latham's probably gonna get taken a pick, or like he's probably not gonna get taken, and then we're gonna end up with him. But God, I hope that the Saints organization is looking at Latu because
if you guys get J.C. Latham, that would be good. The only reason you guys don't is because I had the Raiders picking him the pick right before you, so I'm very high on all the offensive tackles in this class.
Yeah, no, there are some great tackles in this class.
There's 4 of them going in the top 13, so
I can't wait for me to dive a little bit more into the draft because I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have 14 guys. I'm gonna have 14, and I'm just gonna pick my top 14, and I was gonna be like, all right, we gotta get at least one of these guys.
Yeah.
But then we're gonna get there and we're gonna pick some fucking offensive lineman from South Dakota State, and that's gonna be it.
Hey, any of these other offensive tackles, these first round offensive tackles, wouldn't be bad at all.
Yeah, but the Saints don't pick all first round offensive tackles. We pick fucking third rounders in the first round.
Yeah.
After the Trevor Penning incident, it's just rough.
There's like 6, or no, there's like 7 first round offensive tackles.
Yeah, the tackle depth is deep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I wish we needed wide receiver because there's some studs in this class, man.
Yeah, you still could pick up like Brian Thomas if you wanted to.
Yeah,
that would be a good pick.
That would be great. I would love Brian Thomas.
I have him going to the Texans though.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to see that so bad. Oh, and also I'll shout out Jackson Powers Johnson as well as being one of my guys. We recently cut Brian Allen, the center that we have now, or had. And so I still really want Quinyon Mitchell, but I'll be very happy with Jackson Powers Johnson. What they should have done was draft Creed Humphrey when we could have instead of Tutu Atwell. And then we would have had the center of our future, but things don't happen like that. Yeah. And so we could get, Jackson Powers Johnson, who has a similar profile to Creed and could easily go at this pick since the only reason I have us going like defense in the first round is because, well, 1, we need it, and 2, because I have such a fondness for Quinyon Mitchell, and otherwise I do think we need like offensive line because our left tackle spot is not very good, and like if we could fill that hole, then the rest of the line would just be staying above water, and that's just what we need. And so JPJ is him.
He's gonna be a good center for whoever gets him.
Absolutely.
All right.
I don't know nothing about no draft, so
that's all right.
We'll tutor you.
But I'll have a draft up next week. I'll draft up a draft.
Yeah, we should do a mock draft.
That's what I was
episode.
thinking.
Like we should either all do our own or
do one together.
Do like we could all just like study this week on like
I'd be down.
And then do it. Yeah, I'm down.
And at the very least, do like a top 10.
Yeah.
I think that'd be easy.
But it gets so much more interesting after that, though, because I feel like for me the top 13 for me has not changed for a while, just because it just everything. I mean, for me, like with the Giants and the Titans, who like do need quarterback, I gave them offensive tackle because they need it. Yeah. And so I don't know. We can talk about that more.
Did you see that post with the Giants where they posted who would you pick? And it was Daniels and who's the other one?
Probably Joe Alt.
I think it was something like that. Yeah, it was or like some sort of edge player or something like that. I don't know, but it was like, damn, they actually posted Jaden Daniels. That's crazy.
That is kind of crazy. That social media intern probably got a very heavy talking to after that. Yeah. If the Giants should not pick Jaden Daniels, because the thing is, I love Jaden Daniels too, but like they got like bigger needs, and Jaden Daniels
Giants
is not fixing it. They do.
Oh, it's incredible. I love it.
They were one of the worst pass protecting units last year, and that's why I think they should pick offensive tackle.
They're an all-around terrible team. Daniel Jones is.
It was Joe Alt. It was Jaden Daniels or Joe Alt. Who would you go for to make the case?
That's crazy.
If my vision comes true, Joe Alt won't even be there by the time they pick. So, sorry, Giants fans.
Basketball.
Oh yes. Okay. So the Mavs won.
Yes, the Mavs won tonight. Luka dropped 41. I didn't check
bro. On a fucking Tuesday. Oh, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
On a fucking Thursday,
his other stats. I know he dropped 41. 9 rebounds, 11 assists. So he almost had a triple double. Kyrie 29. PJ Washington 12. Tim Hardaway 12. Devin Booker dropped 35, but he sucks.
Who cares?
Could have been 70, still lost.
Yeah. Yeah, Luka owns that team. So first game back from the All-Star break feels great. The Lakers.
The Lakers are playing as we speak. I don't know what's happening. LeBron is out because we're getting out of the All-Star break. Okay, that's not bad.
Just started 16-19 down to the Warriors.
Cool. LeBron isn't playing, and he's getting a good rest, and I'm happy for him because we're gonna be playing a back-to-back, and tonight is the first night of that, which is kind of crazy. And so I guess LeBron's just sitting out because, I mean, people were posting let's be honest, I knew that he was not going to play this game because people were already talking about his ankle injury or whatever, and then people were and then posting the dunk of his at the All-Star game. Yeah. And it's we know how the NBA works, man. Yeah. We don't need to go over this again, but I'm hoping that LeBron gets his rest so that we can go. Even if we lose this game, it'll suck, and we kind of need this game to stay afloat. But we'll be fine, and especially if LeBron is healthy going into this last stretch of the season, I see good things for the Lakers. And I mean, we were on a 3-game win streak going into the All-Star break, and we're 7-3 in our last 10. We're on the up and up. Rui as a starter has been everything I've been saying he would be. Just give him the minutes, bro. And he's flourished. He put up 30 in one of the last 3 games. I don't remember. I think it was against the Jazz. He put up 30. It was truly a spectacular game. The Lakers have been cooking recently, so I'm really excited.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm just ready for playoff time.
Yep. It's almost there.
Yep, we're in there.
I was gonna say I hate just because we're talking about basketball. They just got off their All-Star break. I hate All-Star games. I want them to just be abolished in all sports.
The All-Star weekend needs to be fixed.
It's all lame. All I can think of, whenever you have a team that West team was stacked. It was insane. The West team was absolutely stacked. Whenever they're losing, it's obvious the players don't care. And you see this across all sports. Football's doing flag football now, and I get why they're doing that. And the NHL for years now they've been doing where they pick one player from each team instead of just picking the best players in the league. So there's teams that don't have an All-Star that they just send a player because they get a player from each team.
Yeah, that's
it prevents like really good players from going. But it's because whenever they did it the other way, like how they used to do it, just inviting all the good players, a lot of the good players didn't want to go because they would rather just have a week off because they don't even care about the All-Star game. So it's like seeing it across like all sports. Yeah. And I think players need a break. Like, I think it's a good break for them, but just give them a break. Like, I'm tired. I don't know. To me, the All-Star games do nothing for me nowadays. Like, I think they were like a spectacle when I was a kid.
Well, the dunk contest was cool when you're younger.
The only thing I can think of that is cool about an All-Star game is the dunk contest and the home run contest.
The dunk contest is really lame now, though.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it this year.
Yeah, no.
I thought some dude dunked over Shaq, the same guy who won last year.
Max McClung.
Did he dunk over Shaq again?
He dunked over Shaq.
More people have been talking about how Jaylen Brown dunked over Castanet.
Oh yeah,
that's so lame.
Shannon Sharp saying that was so funny.
How we falling as a society.
The reason the dunk contest is so lame to me now is because like we've done all the dunks we can.
Yeah, that's true.
As a human species, there's not a lot more that you can do.
I don't know. I just feel like
you can add props and make it more entertaining.
Yeah.
But like there's only so many things you can do. Like Blake Griffin jumped over a car. Cool. So Kobe not cool. like that was cool in the moment. I'm not dissing that one. That was a great one. But your options are jump over someone, do like a behind the leg or like between the legs or something, which people do that in games nowadays.
Yeah. Or do it like off the backboard.
Yeah, or like do a weird lob or something.
Yeah.
And, like it's just not as entertaining as it used to be.
Yeah. No, yeah, I kind of
you're not gonna get that moment.
I retract my previous statement. The only cool part of any All-Star game across sports is the home run contest because that is pretty dope. If somebody hits just like home run after home run after home run, you're like, wow, this man is fucking serious. But anything else, like the dunk contest is just a talent show. That's gotten kind of boring. I could see that. The NHL skills competition, like the shootout skills competition, used to be really fun. Nowadays, it's just not. I don't know. Everybody's gotten lame. I hate All-Star games. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, the thing, I feel like I enjoyed it because I didn't watch the game. I watched the highlights afterwards.
Yeah.
And low-key, I'm not gonna lie, Dame hit like 2 half-court shots. I was like losing my mind. I'm not gonna lie. Like that shit was cool as fuck. But like the defense is just like, you feel like you'd think that like if any of the sports could have like a good like all-star game, like it would be basketball, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get why football does flag football.
Right.
That makes sense.
I get why hockey does what it does.
Yeah. Well, they play hockey, but they aren't like hitting. Right. Just because there's no, like, why would you want to hurt somebody in an all-star game? Yeah. You know, but like basketball isn't that physical.
I think baseball could also have a good all-star game.
I feel like it was shit this year. It was just boring. It's baseball.
I was gonna say.
I say could. I mean, has the potential to.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
But like seeing that West team, bro, and I was like, damn.
They
like,
are so stacked.
Yeah.
That team had aura, bro.
Just for nothing. For nothing. To lose one game. What else is happening in basketball?
I mean, not too much. I was just looking at the standings. The Knicks are the whoa. The Cleveland is the 2nd seed right now in the East.
That won't last.
I mean, that's kind of crazy though.
Oh yeah.
They're 2 games above Milwaukee.
It's crazy because it won't last.
I mean, Detroit has won more games. That's exciting.
Good for them.
The Mavs are up to 6. The Mavs actually.
Oh shit! That's I think breaking
they just
news.
Passed Phoenix.
They're on a 7-game win streak.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, they're actually. I'm trying not to get false hope, because man, they were so bad for so long. But they are good, cracked right now.
Ever since the trade deadline.
Yeah, ever since I got PJ Washington.
And
Gallup. Yeah, they are fucking insane. Like it's kind of weird. So I'm not buying in yet. But they are cracked right now.
No, you should buy in, bro.
They're winning. And fuck the Suns.
Yeah, fuck the Suns. I mean, the West has stayed pretty the same so far. The Clippers have been insane. Like one of the best teams in the league. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I gotta say about the NBA.
Speaking of PJ Washington, shout out PJ Washington for being the last leg of my parlay that just hit.
Nice.
I can get into some hockey.
Yeah, bro.
Not
Oh my God,
much.
is that the Canucks?
Yes,
Number one in the league?
Oh yeah, they've been.
Yo!
The power rankings actually had, well, it's somebody's power rankings, not the official power rankings.
Wait, hold on. Why are the Canucks so good? Because that's like my team.
Well, we don't know. They're they're a good team. They've had good players for years.
Yeah, Elias Pettersson's a dog.
Why it's
Why are the
clicking right
Canucks your
now?
team?
Yeah, I don't know that either.
Because I watch
Let's see how
Northern
they're-
Light,
Let's see how they're.
and he's a Canucks fan, and I don't care about hockey at all. But the only time I ever watched hockey was whenever he talked about it.
It was a bandwagoner.
No, because they were dog shit. They were literally dog shit. They've, to put this in NFL terms, they're like probably like the Lions, to be honest, if they're the number 1 seed right now. Does that track?
Yeah, that could track.
Okay, cool.
I'm comparing them to the Stars. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, that's valid.
So the Stars, actually, fun fact, they have more like 10 plus goal scorers than anybody in the league.
Wow,
Like double digit goal scorers, I guess you could call that.
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people have Canucks 1, Stars 2. If you look at the standings right now, that's not where we fall. So we lost to Boston. Boston sucks. If we're going to talk about that, Boston is awful. They're probably the most fraud team we've seen in a long time. And that's an extremely hot take. If you knew hockey, that's like an extremely hot take because they were so good last year. They had a historic season. They've been really good this year, but they are on such a bad skid right now. I think they beat the Stars like 2 nights ago. I think it was their first one. I think they're like 0-6-3 in like their last 9 games. Like something insane. And they're losing right now to the Flames, which is also ridiculous. If you're the Boston Bruins, you should not be losing to the Flames. But I don't know. The end of the season is going to be weird because I don't see the Canucks getting caught, even though it's close right now. I don't see it happening. I think they're gonna stay 1. But where things really get weird is actually the Stars division. The Central division is fucking insane. They're all within. I mean, you have Stars at 76. Colorado 75, Winnipeg 73, and Winnipeg is quite literally 4 games behind Colorado and Dallas. So theoretically, Winnipeg's going to win the division. But that whole division is just fucking insane right now. Like, nobody knows what's going to happen. This was huge news today. Vegas sent one of their players to the IR. And everybody's like, you're trying to mess with the cap salary. So basically, they're putting their player on the IR to like manipulate the cap so then they can sign another player and then before playoffs, bring him off the IR. And it's like something, they do it every year. Like, they're a bunch of fucking cheaters. They won last year. So fuck Vegas.
Wait, they won the chip last year?
Yeah, fuck
damn.
them. Fuck those guys. So now they're trying to manipulate the cap so they can win again. And it's probably going to work in their favor. But yeah, Joby, super early Stanley Cup prediction. Go. Who's winning based off your knowledge?
I'll pick a matchup. So from the West, I'm rocking with the Stars.
There we go, baby.
From the East, though, I think it's just gonna be as simple as the Rangers.
Okay.
So I got Stars, Rangers. I got Stars in 6.
One from the West, one from the East.
I'm going with my
Canucks.
Canucks.
We're going Canucks.
Isn't Carolina supposed to be good?
Carolina's pretty good.
I'll go with
There's a
Carolina
pick.
too.
They're safe pick. Stars versus Carolina was a lot of people's picks for the finals last year. That's who I'm going. I'm also biased, but I'm going Stars Carolina. I've got Stars making it in a weird, like, I feel like they're going to go hard path. Like, I think they're going to have to play Edmonton at one point. I think that's going to go 7 games. I think they'll probably face Colorado again. And then I think you just throw in, like, probably Vegas is somewhere in there. So I think they're going to have, like, the West is kind of fucking stacked this year. Like, if you're looking at it, whoever it is, like, you have to go through at some point probably Vancouver, Dallas, Colorado, Winnipeg, Vegas, Edmonton, LA. Like, those are all teams that could just beat any team on any night. The East, I'm not looking at the same. Like, the Rangers, Boston, and Florida, I think, are proven. Carolina has been really rocky at some points of the season. Toronto's going to choke in the first round. And past that, I see nobody that I'm afraid of. Like, Philly, Detroit, Tampa has been frauds this year. Washington, like the East, just isn't stacking up to what the East usually does, in my opinion. Especially with the fall off of like the Devils. Like the Devils are fucking terrible this year. So yeah, but the West is going to be insane this year in the playoffs. I think that's my take.
The winner will probably come from the West, right?
I think so. I mean, but I think you have the best teams from the East. Like I think the best teams are in the East. The West is deeper. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of like how the NBA is, right?
I was gonna say the AFC and NFC.
Oh, well.
The NFL.
Yeah.
Sports.
Yeah, but that's my old take about
So
hockey.
predictable.
That's my hockey take right now.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming on the Hockey Sports Hour, and thank you for your first inaugural episode as a permanent member of A Sporty Threesome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It was a great episode.
It was a good episode.
Yeah. Thanks for being a part of it and being the reason why, a reason why it was so great.
On the reason?
The reason.
Yeah.
You're the third that makes us the threesome.
And then cut it right there, right before it.
Okay.
Yeah. And they'll never know.
They'll never know.
So next week, do we want to do a mock draft together or bring our own mock drafts, or what do we want
I
to do?
think I'll come prepared with like what I think it should shape up to be.
Do we want to like talk about it pick by pick, argue? Because I feel like the top. Well, actually, I don't know. Who knows? We could do a top 10. Or
I
something.
feel like if we come with our own, it'll be more entertaining because then we'll have stuff to dispute.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. And I think. Yeah, no,
It also could be fun to set up a live draft. Like we got like a whiteboard.
Oh,
And we're like,
I have a whiteboard. I've never used it.
get little printouts of all the players.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's tape sticky.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, it's for me. It's definitely like picks 22 through like 27 that are like just weird for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like, I mean, for
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe. Just
yeah,
accept,
honestly,
like,
towards the end, it gets tough.
that's what I was thinking. Like we maybe just look at like the first like the top 16, but.
I mean, it has to be
top
at
10,
least
top
be
16.
top 19.
Ah, okay, yeah, that's fair. But at that point, if we're going like top 19, top 20, let's just do the first round. I mean, the first round.
Right? Because I mean, we gotta talk about LA. You know, I want to know what we're mocked to. It's exciting. People don't because also like the only times that I ever got to like see what people had in store for us was like whenever people would do like 7-round mock drafts for the Rams, and they'd be like, "Yeah, you could get this guy."
Yeah. It definitely.
And I'm like, I don't know who that is, and no one's talking about him.
Yeah, no, it is much more fun when you have a first round pick because it doesn't have to be like top 10 sleepers in the draft.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too real.
Dude, I'll
Just
never
look at-
forget-
you can just look at top 10 players.
I'll never forget whenever CD fell to the Cowboys from the Eagles. Amazing moment. That's my favorite draft moment in recent memory.
That's funny because I remember thinking that you guys should not have done that.
Really?
Yeah, because
I really
you guys
think
had like a
the same.
Amari Cooper,
Mark Cooper,
and I was
Yeah,
like,
he was
you
strong.
guys really need another wide receiver.
And
There's
then
more
we're like,
needs.
yeah.
At that point, Gallup was doing pretty good. I'm pretty sure.
I think for me, it was more of happiness that we took it away from the Eagles.
That's funny.
Like, I just didn't want the Eagles to have him. I didn't really care about our situation. I was like, if the Eagles don't have CD, then I'm happy.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Completely valid.
Anyways.
Well,
All right.
that was our show for this
Yeah.
week. We'll
Great
see you next week.
Next week should
Yeah.
work for me. Yeah. No.
Well, we'll see you next week. And
Next
until
week.
then, I hope you guys all stay safe, take care, be good to yourselves, as Seth would say.
Have threesomes.
Have threesomes.
Stay sexy.
Stay sexy. Bye-bye.